Hello and welcome. We're glad you've joined us. Hi, I'm Bobby Russell. I'm a Microsoft technical trainer specializing in AI security and compliance here at Microsoft. I'm here to walk you through the MS-4019 course, Transform Your Everyday Business Processes with Agents. This course covers 4 sessions where we'll explore what a Microsoft 365 Copilot agent is, the different types available, the pre-built options, and how to build and manage your own agents. In this session, we'll get started with agents. Let's begin by imagining a workday where routine tasks feel less like a grind and more like a flow. That's the promise of agents, an AI-powered assistant built right in the Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat and SharePoint. What makes them truly transformative is that they're designed for everyday users, not developers. You don't need to write code or understand complex systems. You just need to know your work. In this module, we'll explore how agents can simplify your workflows, boost collaboration, and help you find information you need fast. You'll also see how governance plays a key role in keeping everything secure and compliant. So, as we move forward, think about the tasks that slow you down or moments you spend searching for answers. Agents are built to help with exactly those challenges, and they're ready to work for you. So let's take a closer look at what agents actually are and how they fit into the Microsoft 365 Copilot ecosystem. When we talk about agents in this context, we're referring to AI-powered assistants that are designed to help users, especially those without technical backgrounds, accomplish everyday tasks more efficiently. These agents come in different forms, and Microsoft has made them incredibly accessible. Whether you're using Copilot Chat or SharePoint, there's an agent that can support your workflow. Now, there are several types of agents available. First, we have pre-built agents. These are created by Microsoft or trusted third-party vendors and are available right out of the box in Copilot Chat. You don't need to configure them. They're ready to go and designed to handle common business scenarios. Think of them as your instant productivity boosters. Then there are ready-made SharePoint agents. These are also automatically generated when SharePoint sites are created. They're scoped to the content of that site, which means they can answer questions, help users understand documents, and provide insights based on the site's data. Every SharePoint site gets one by default, so you're never starting from scratch. But what's really exciting is the category of agents designed for everyday business users. These are the ones you can create yourself, no coding required. Whether you're in HR, finance, or operations, you can build agents in SharePoint and Copilot Chat using simple templates and rules. They're designed to be intuitive and user-friendly, offering personalized assistance based on the content you choose. These agents respect Microsoft 365 permissions, which means they only access data you're authorized to see. That's a critical point. Security and compliance are built into the system. So if you're collaborating with others, the agent will only surface information that each person has permissions to view. Now, there's also a category called advanced agents. These are built by developers using tools like Copilot Studio or Visual Studio. They include more complex features such as generative AI and are used to automate tasks or create sophisticated workflows. While they're powerful, they do require some technical expertise. So they're typically managed by IT or development teams. What's important to remember, though, is that regardless of the type, agents are here to make your life and your work easier. They simplify tasks, provide personalized support, and help you stay organized, all without needing to be a tech expert. So whether you're using a pre-built agent, customizing one for your team, or working with a developer to build something advanced, agents are a key part of transforming how we work in Microsoft 365. So let's keep going on and explore who can actually create and use these agents and what that means to your organization. Before we move further into the details of how agents work, let's take a moment to watch a short video that focuses specifically on SharePoint agents. Now, while this video highlights SharePoint, I want to emphasize that the principles you'll see apply equally to agents in Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat. As you watch, Pay attention to how these agents interact with site content, how they respond to user queries, and how they're designed to be intuitive and helpful.
Your organization is creating more content than ever before, making it overwhelming and time-consuming for users to make sense of it. How can you get answers and meaningful insights that help drive decisions quickly? With agents in SharePoint. Ask a question, and the agent generates responses from only the documents in your SharePoint site, folders, and files, so you can trust the results are relevant. Every SharePoint site comes with a ready-made agent that's specific to the site's content. And if you want an agent unique to your task or project, any SharePoint user can create and use their own agent in one click. Simply choose only the folders or files you need and select Create an Agent. Click Share to choose the colleagues who need access to the agent, and you're ready to make smarter decisions together. Or click Copy Link, paste it into an Outlook email, and send it on. You can also add your link right to a Teams chat, giving others instant access. Simply @mention the agent to get answers to questions from your content. Now you're all working with the same information live. When you and your team are in lockstep, you can act faster on key insights. Make the agent work for you by editing the default name, adding branding and additional files, and changing the settings right in the Agent Builder. For deeper customizations, like including sources outside of your SharePoint or adding actions, head to Copilot Studio. Your agents also follow your default SharePoint user permissions and the Microsoft 365 governance and security you already trust. Unlock new insights and foster collaboration to make smarter decisions with agents in SharePoint.
Let's shift gears and talk about who can actually create and use agents in Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat. This is a really important piece of the puzzle because it speaks to accessibility. Who gets to benefit from these tools and under what conditions? So here's the good news. Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat is available at no extra cost for every organization that runs Microsoft 365. It means the entire workforce, yes, everyone, can create and use agents. This initiative is called Copilot for All, and it's designed to democratize access to AI-powered assistance across the organization. Now, while users can interact with AI across Microsoft 365 services, there's a distinction to be made. The free Copilot Chat experience doesn't embed deeply into individual Office applications like Word, Excel, or PowerPoint. So you won't see Copilot popping up inside those apps unless your organization has opted into the paid Copilot plan. That said, even with the free version, users can still do a lot. They can ask questions, summarize emails, generate content, and analyze data, all through the chat interface. And they can create agents that are grounded in web data, meaning the agents pull information from publicly available sources. But what if you want your agents to work with internal company data, what Microsoft calls work data? That's where tenant graph grounding comes into play. To enable this, your organization needs either a paid Copilot license or a pay-as-you-go billing plan. Once that's in place, agents can be grounded in your company's internal data, making them much more powerful and even context-aware. The paid subscription model for Microsoft 365 Copilot unlocks even more capabilities. It allows AI to integrate directly into apps like Word and Excel, and gives licensed users access to both web and work-grounded data. This means agents can pull insights from your company's documents, emails, and other internal sources, making them far more useful for business-specific tasks. One thing you want to keep in mind is that organizations can mix and match. They might assign full Copilot licenses to core users while using the pay-as-you-go model for others. This flexibility allows companies to scale their AI usage based on need and even budget. So to sum it up, everyone in Microsoft 365 organization can use Copilot Chat and create agents. But if you want deeper integration and access to internal data, your organization needs to opt into one of the paid models. And that opens the door to a whole new level of productivity and insight. Now that we've talked about who can use agents in general, let's zoom in on how this works specifically within SharePoint. This is where things get a bit more nuanced because access and capabilities depend on your role, whether you're a site member, a site visitor, or an external user. So let's get started with site members. These are users who have edit permissions or higher on a SharePoint site. If you're a site member, you can create agents that extend the functionality of that actual site. That means you can build agents that help with tasks like answering questions about site content, organizing documents, or even guiding users through workflows. You're essentially customizing the site experience for yourself and others. Now, site visitors are a bit more limited. They typically have read-only access, which means they can use agents that have been shared with them, but they can't create their own. So if you're a visitor, you'll benefit from the agents that others have built, but you won't be able to build or modify them yourself. That said, even read-only access can be powerful when paired with a well-designed agent. External users fall into both categories. If they're explicitly added as site members, they get the same permissions as an internal user would get. But if they're not, they default to being site visitors. What's interesting is that some organizations treat selected external users as internal employees. They do this by assigning Microsoft 365 and Copilot licenses to those users, which gives them full access to agent capabilities. This is especially common in scenarios like joint ventures, long-term partnerships, or when working with external consultants. Let me give you a few examples. Say your company is working with a consulting firm on a major project. You might assign Copilot licenses to those consultants so they can create and use agents just like your internal team. Or maybe you're collaborating with another company on a joint initiative. Giving their key personnel access to agents ensures everyone working has the same tools and information. The takeaway here is that agent access in SharePoint is flexible, but it's governed by permissions. Whether you're internal, external, your ability to create or use agents depends on how you're set up in the system. And that's a good thing. It ensures that sensitive information stays secure and that agents are used appropriately. So, as you think about deploying agents in your own environment, consider who needs access, what roles they play, and how permissions are managed. That way, you can make sure everyone has the right tools to be productive, while still maintaining control, security, and compliance. So let's take a quick look at the real value agents bring to our daily work. Agents aren't just a cool feature. They're practical tools that simplify how we get things done. For example, they can automatically tag documents, organize files, or even manage versions without lifting a finger. That means less time spent on admin tasks and more time focused on what really matters. They also make finding information easier. Instead of digging through folders or running endless searches, agents can surface the most relevant content based on what you're looking for. It's like having a smart assistant that knows exactly what you need. And when it comes to collaboration, agents help teams stay in sync. They can send reminders, highlight updates, and even suggest documents during conversations, keeping everyone aligned without constant back and forth. Plus, they personalize the experience. Agents learn your preferences and adapt to your workflow, making your digital workspace feel more intuitive. And don't worry about security. These agents follow Microsoft 365 permission rules, so sensitive data stays protected. In short, agents help you work smarter, not harder. So let's keep going on and see how they enhance collaboration across our teams. Let's talk about something that really brings agents to life: collaboration. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about what an agent can do for you individually, but how it can help your entire team work better together. Agents are designed to enhance cross-team collaboration in ways that feel natural and intuitive. For example, in SharePoint, an agent might suggest relevant documents while you're working or offer tips on how to share content more effectively. It's like having a helpful colleague who's always one step ahead, guiding you through your tasks. In Microsoft Teams, Copilot Chat agents take it even further. They understand the context of your conversations and can jump in with useful information like surfacing related documents and reminding you of upcoming tasks. And the best part? You don't need to configure anything complicated. These agents are built to support your day-to-day work without required tech support. Search is another area where agents shine. Traditional search tools can be a hit or miss, but agents understand the context of your work. So if you're working on a project, they'll help you find documents related to that project, even if the keywords don't match exactly. That's true in both SharePoint and Copilot Chat. And it makes finding the right information faster and easier. So now, let's talk about personalization. Agents can be configured to match your team's workflow. Whether it's setting up task reminders, sharing documents automatically, or tracking progress, you can tailor agents to fit your needs. And again, no coding required. It's all about making collaboration smoother and more efficient. But with all this power comes great responsibility, especially when it comes to security. Agents respect the permissions set in Microsoft 365, which means they only access content users are allowed to see. That's critical for protecting sensitive information and maintaining compliance. Organizations also need to think about data privacy and governance. That includes managing permissions, conducting compliance reviews, and using centralized tools to monitor agent activity. And don't forget training. Users need to understand how to use agents securely and effectively. So, when you combine real-time assistance, intelligent search, personalized workflows, and strong security practices, agents become a powerful tool for collaboration. They help teams stay aligned, informed, and productive without adding complexity. So let's keep going on and explore how governance plays a role in managing these agents effectively. Let's pause for a moment and talk about something that's absolutely essential when it comes to using agents in a business environment: IT governance. As agents become more integrated into your daily workflows, helping us manage documents, answering questions, and automated tasks, it's easy to focus on their convenience and forget about the bigger picture. But behind the scenes, organizations need to ensure that these tools are being used responsibly, securely, and in compliance with company policies and regulations. Microsoft 365 Copilot provides built-in tools that support governance strategies. Whether you're creating an agent in SharePoint or building more advanced ones in Copilot Studio, there are mechanisms in place to help IT teams maintain control. These tools aren't just for developers and admin, they're part of a broader framework that protects business data and ensures agents are aligned with organizational standards. Think about it this way. Agents are powerful, but without proper governance, they can introduce risks. That's why it's so important for organizations to establish clear policies around how agents are created, what data they can access, and how they're monitored. It's not just about preventing misuse, it's about enabling responsible innovation. So as we continue to explore how agents can transform everyday business processes, keep in mind that governance isn't a barrier, it's a foundation. It's what allows us to use these tools confidently, knowing that they're secure, compliant, and aligned with our goals. Let's continue our conversation about governance, because when it comes to agents, it's not just about what they can do, but how they're managed. While users are the ones creating agents, it's the organization's responsibility to ensure those agents operate within a secure, compliant framework. And that's where IT governance controls come into play. These controls aren't just technical, they're strategic. They help protect business data, ensure regulatory compliance, and maintain the quality and accountability of the agents being used. So why is governance so important? First, it ensures compliance with laws and industry standards. Whether it's HIPAA in healthcare or GDPR in Europe, agents need to operate within those boundaries. Without governance, there's a real risk of legal and financial consequences. Second, governance enhances security. Agents often interact with sensitive data, and without proper controls, that data can be exposed. Encryption, access restrictions, and secure environments are all part of that solution. Third, it's about maintaining quality. Governance helps ensure agents perform reliably and deliver accurate results. That means regular testing, validation, and performance monitoring. And finally, governance promotes accountability. By defining roles and responsibilities, organizations can track who's managing agents, who's making changes, and who's responsible for outcomes. That's critical for transparency and trust. Now, how do organizations put this into practice? It starts with policy development, which are clear guidelines on how agents should be used. Then there's risk management, which involves identifying potential threats and putting safeguards in place. Access control is another key area, ensuring only authorized users can interact with agents. Data management practices like encryption and backups help protect information, while performance monitoring ensures agents are doing their job effectively. Training and awareness are also essential. Users need to understand the governance framework, know how to configure agents securely, and be able to recognize potential risks. It's not just about IT. It's about empowering everyone to use agents responsibly. And to make all of this work, organizations should engage stakeholders across departments, establish a governance framework, conduct regular audits, and continuously improve their practices based on feedback and evolving needs. So as we embrace the power of agents, let's also embrace the responsibility that comes with them. Governance isn't a limitation, it's what makes innovation sustainable, secure, and scalable. This concludes our session. We hope you'll join us as we journey through this course. We encourage you to watch other videos in this course or search out your next favorite topic on Microsoft Learn at aka.ms/learn.